My oh my, what went wrong? From a happy, energetic Trav to a frustrated, frowning Trav, something clearly shifted, and both Swifties and Chiefs Kingdom are asking the same question. Today, at day one of training camp ahead of the big Super Bowl finale on Sunday, Trav was spotted looking unusually serious, his usual playful energy nowhere in sight. And if you've been following the events leading up to this moment, you probably already have a pretty good idea why. This comes right after Trav's Day 2 Super Bowl opening night interview in New Orleans, where the interviewers seemed determined to get under his skin. It was as if they had one goal: to provoke a reaction from the star tight end. From the moment he stepped onto that stage, the questions weren't about the game, his preparation, or even the incredible journey the Chiefs have been on this season. Instead, they were targeted, almost calculated, aiming to stir controversy and push Trav to his limits. And let's be honest, they weren't just coming for Trav, they had their sights set on Patrick Mahomes too. The two best friends, co-captains of the Chiefs, future Hall of Famers, and the backbone of one of the most dominant teams in NFL history. It was clear they were trying to shake their confidence, but while Mahomes managed to keep his cool, Trav is not the type to sit back and take disrespect lightly. Let's listen to one of those moments.
Travis, what do you love more, Taylor Swift or phantom 15-yard roughing the passer penalties in the playoffs?
That's a good question. Anybody else?
From the shift in his voice, you can hear it, the irritation, the frustration. The interviewers kept pushing, repeatedly suggesting that the Chiefs' success wasn't purely because of their talent and hard work, but because of some unfair advantage. They brought up the so-called refresher calls, implying that the Chiefs only win because of favorable officiating. I mean, can you believe that? A team that has battled through one of the toughest schedules in the league, a team that has repeatedly come from behind to secure victories, is being accused of cheating. No wonder Trav's patience was wearing thin. But it didn't stop there. The interview took another turn when the paparazzi decided to drag up an old controversy, claiming Trav had pushed his coach during a game. And that was when he had had enough. Trav quickly shut it down, explaining that people were completely blowing the moment out of proportion. That wasn't aggression, it was passion. It was the fire of a player who wanted to be in the game, who wanted to contribute, who wanted to help his team win. His coach, someone who knows him better than any reporter ever could, wasn't upset about it. In fact, he loves seeing that energy in his players. But the media? They weren't interested in the truth. They were interested in drama, in stirring the pot, in making Trav look like the bad guy. And honestly, that was the final straw. Fed up with the negativity, the relentless attacks, and the ridiculous accusations, Trav walked out of the interview. And honestly, who can blame him? There's only so much disrespect a person can take, and Trav, a man who has given everything to this game, was not about to let a bunch of reporters try to tear him down before the biggest game of the season. But let's take a step back for a second. The Kansas City Chiefs have been nothing short of dominant over the past few years, and with that kind of success comes a lot of hate. It's just the nature of the game. They've been labeled the villains of the NFL, and as Trav himself has said before, if winning makes me a villain, then that's all I ever want to be, baby. Let's go, Chiefs. So, seeing Trav looking frustrated at today's training camp isn't all that surprising. Maybe the words from that interview are still lingering in his mind. Maybe he's using that frustration as fuel to lock in for the biggest game of the season. Or maybe, just maybe, he's exhausted from the constant scrutiny, the endless questions, and the never-ending cycle of people trying to tear him and his team down. But whatever it is, one thing is for sure, Trav cannot afford to let the outside noise distract him. He needs to stay laser-focused, eyes locked on the prize, because history is on the line this Sunday. The Chiefs are on the verge of making NFL history, and if there's one thing we know about Trav, it's that he thrives under pressure. When the lights shine the brightest, that's when he delivers. And we all know one person who's going to be right there, cheering him on every step of the way, his baby girl, Taylor Swift. Tay has cleared her schedule to be by his side, showing once again just how much she supports her man. And speaking of Tay, new footage from the Grammys keeps popping up, showing just how much she was living in the moment, even though she didn't take home Album of the Year this time. Last year, when she won, she dedicated the award to Trav, saying he makes everything in her life feel like fun and games. But this time, we didn't get to hear that dedication speech, because let's be real, she was robbed. Despite not taking home the award, Tay didn't let it ruin her night. She was spotted dancing, laughing, and celebrating, proving once again why she's the queen of shaking off negativity. And let's be honest, win or lose, she's already won in so many other ways. She's got a man who adores her, a fanbase that supports her unconditionally, and a legacy that will stand the test of time. So now the question is, will Trav have his own moment of redemption this Sunday? Will he silence the doubters and lift that Lombardi trophy once again? And if he does, will we see another unforgettable post-game moment between him and Tay? What do you think, Swifties? Could we be witnessing the beginning of another iconic Super Bowl moment between these two? Let's talk in the comments.